Hi guys, so I know it's been a hot minute, and for that I apologize. I also apologize that I didn't make a video about Gabriel and the Guardians sooner. I was initially waiting for more episodes to come out, but it turns out Angel was not very upfront about this show at all. Unless I'm totally blind and dumb, I do not remember them ever saying that there was only going to be a pilot released on February 12th. I was fully under the impression that we were getting a series, and when nothing else came out right away, I was like, oh, maybe it's a weekly thing? But no, there's only the pilot, and I have no idea when the next episodes are coming out. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. What little I do know, based off some live streams and the creators' Discord, is that they have, I believe, 7 episodes fully storyboarded and the voice recording is done. They're simply waiting on animation, and I'm not sure if they also are waiting on the green light from someone or the funding. Again, I'm not entirely sure. It's a little bit mixed, or at least my understanding of the bits and pieces I'm finding are a bit mixed up. That said, there seems to be a strong community following in the Discord, and the creator is there too, a couple of them, and I was even able to talk to them, so yeah, thankfully it does seem like they're very intent on getting this show off the ground. So at this point, all we can really do, I think, is try to spread the word about it and be a part of the community and support the show any way we can. I honestly don't even know if having an Angel subscription is actually directly supporting this series or not. I'm kind of doubtful. Maybe it does, but I did purchase the prequel manga. I have not read it yet as it just came in, but yeah, little things like that. We'll see if that helps, and I'll keep you guys posted. Oh, and the good news is you can actually watch the pilot for free now on Angel, even though it was behind a paywall earlier, so it's easier than ever to support the show right now. But even though I don't know what's going to happen with the show, I can at least talk about the pilot episode that was released. This episode was called Invasion, or Palaja, whatever the Hebrew word for invasion is, and in it we have the setup for a bunch of things. Even though the show is in English, right off the bat we realize that there's a lot of Hebrew terminology here and names for things.
They have a few different. He has a word called Shaba. He says Shaba.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is like
Yeah.
it's like some kind of Hebrewish
Yeah,
something.
yeah. It's
Like,
So the two primary set pieces for this show so far are Ara, i.e. Earth, and Paradim, which is confirmed to be Eden in a deleted scene. And Ara doesn't seem to be doing so well, because the first thing we see is this old lady get captured by our main baddie. After she beats up a bunch of robots or armored giants, I'm not quite sure what, but she could be an alchemist because the term has been thrown around in the show already. Now, Ara seems to have 2 different tribes of people in particular that the show focuses on. They are the Kayanara and the Bakura. Now, it's been confirmed that the Kayanara people are descended from Cain, or Cain, and these people worship the giants that roam the land. They don't seem to be the nicest group of people because the first thing we see of them is capturing a slave and beating him up pretty badly here and there, mocking him. And that slave is actually the only person from Bakura we see, unless the old woman from the beginning was also a Bakura. I don't know who the Bakura are descended from specifically, but a simple Google search will reveal that Bakura means birthright or firstborn privileges. But I have a slightly educated guess that because this slave's name is Nock, and because he is adamantly against worshipping the giants and tries to kill them instead, maybe there's some connection to Enoch or Noah. Of course, the other possibility is that they're just descended from Abel, but again, these are just guesses. I don't know for sure yet. I also really like the soundtrack that plays when Nock escapes the slavers to try to kill the giant. So I mentioned Nock escapes the slavers. Yeah, he also seems to have a pretty strong moral code, despite not really seeming like a warm and fuzzy guy. He rescues the slavers from the rubble as well. But anyways, he's trying to stop the giant, but this lady was praying to the giant, and it seems like she's trying to make a bargain with him to bring back someone from the dead. Her name is Namaya, and she seems to be an alchemist and a princess of Kayanara. Understandably, Nock, even though he rescues Namaya, doesn't have a lot of patience for her. I mean, these people haven't exactly treated him well, plus she sounds like Miraculous Ladybug. The two of them duke it out, one to protect what she believes is a god, and the other to kill this obvious giant and save this stupid girl's life. But we don't really get to see a resolution to this because the other part of the story is in Paradim with Gabriel. And Paradim massively contrasts Ara, and also, it is so gorgeous. The animation and the backgrounds here are just mwah. Just look at some of these. Gabriel is apparently a fairly young angel, currently tasked with guarding Paradim along with the cherubim, or as I like to call them, the holy kitty cats. He is also more or less an angelic landscaper, and a pretty darn good one. I wonder how much he charges. I think Johnny's voice is really sweet and well suited to Gabriel, along with the other voice actors as well. They all seem to be doing a really good job.
It's okay. Things break. But everything has the potential to be mended.
A little bit more background on Gabriel is that apparently he has siblings, among them is Michael. Now Michael doesn't appear in this episode, but Gabriel wants to send a message to him. I'm guessing he wants to say sorry because it seems like they may have had a falling out. Gabriel was apparently in one important battle that involved this show's version of Lucifer, otherwise he's just been working in Paradim. This blue-gray angel guy named Dionel comes to visit Gabriel and asks him to join the Watchers. It seems like Gabriel really wants to, but he feels conflicted and like he needs to stay there because this is where Aya has assigned him. Aya means I am, which is a name for God, by the way. Gabriel insists that he is not avoiding the war, however, but Dionel insists that the Watchers have need of him, and since they have great sway with Aya, they could easily get him reassigned, and asks him to think about it. It's not long after Dionel leaves that this bullfrog Nephilim shows up, however, and straight up takes the eternal seed, which is the precious thing that Gabriel was guarding, seemingly the most precious thing in the garden. I actually don't know what the seed was for though, but apparently it's super important. I was watching this episode with my husband, and this is where he got really turned off. He was like, Gabriel is the worst guardian I've ever seen. This is horrendous. He fails his job on the first episode. Now, I personally really like this innocent depiction of Gabriel and how he's so peaceful, but it is a bit odd that he's so slow to realize the danger. Like, he basically asked the giant to go away nicely several times before he finally got mad. However, this is probably the inciting incident that we need for the plot to move forward, so I'll let it slide. So anyways, after playing some basketball with the seed, the monster successfully steals it and jumps through a portal. Desperate, Gabriel jumps in after him, blacks out, and wakes up on Ara, where he is welcomed by the sight of a human skeleton. In this dimension, you can't see Gabriel's halo anymore, and he also looks a lot less glowy. The episode ends with this guy doing an evil ritual to summon some crazy monster using the old lady he kidnapped at the beginning. You just had to turn your back on your opponent, didn't you? And that's basically everything that happens in the episode. My favorite things about it are definitely the animation. It's actually really good. It's pretty fluid and super colorful. I also really love the world and characters they've set up here. It's pretty intriguing. I really want to see what Gabriel's relationship with his siblings is like, and how his interactions with the people are going to go. Like, are they going to be able to see him right away? Does he have to reveal himself to them? Are they going to get along? Probably not. Who is that old lady? And who is Malachos for that matter? Is he Satan? I don't think so. But what is he doing? What is his endgame here? If I have some criticisms, while I love the character designs, for example, Gabriel's design is inspired by Daniel 10, where it says the angel has like a bronze appearance. And since angels, like, we don't know exactly how they look, I'm totally okay with them having these elf ears, but for no real reason, the humans also have elf ears, so I legit thought that they were like half human things, and then here I find out that it's just to push the fantasy element, so there isn't really a real reason for it. I don't know, I just found that confusing. I think it's really cool that the series has a proper anime opening and ending song. My favorite was the ending, but it's really cool that Johnny Young Bosch and his band actually performed the opening song. I think that goes to show that he really cares about the project, and I think everyone involved seems to really care about the project, so that's a really good sign. In conclusion, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm just mad that there isn't any more and that I don't know when more will come. But I'm hoping I can at least follow along with the manga, as I don't know if they'll be able to do a monthly chapter release with Ripasend, but if they do, that can really help at least. But if you watch the show, what were your thoughts on it? Please feel free to talk to me about it in the comments or anywhere. God bless you guys, and thanks for listening and watching. Peace!